can feel the energy in this building. They are fired up for game one. Back with that after this. Now from Angel Stadium in Anaheim, MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the Boston Red Sox and the Los Angeles Angels. Alongside my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us here. Game one is always critical in a postseason series, Singy.
Yeah, and this is when you love having home field advantage, Boog. If you capture game one, you're full of confidence that you've got a chance to ride that momentum for the rest of the series.
And on the visiting side, starting pitching is always the big key in a game like this to kick off a series.
Yeah, you need a strong performance on the mound. That's the #1 way to cancel out the home field edge we just mentioned.
First pitch coming your way next. Okay, getting the start for the Angels, Foster McCloud. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Szen Cobb, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike one. A little out front there as he swings through it.
Two really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
That's off the inside corner. And the count 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And a 1-2 again. Fights it off. He'll see another. Breaking ball in there. Got him looking. That's the second out. Cobb not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge. So the call will stand. So they'll lose their first challenge. Game one of the division series. So stepping in for Boston, Royce Lewis. This one in the air, center field. He's there. He's got it. And there's one down. One gone, runner at first. Brandon Valenzuela up next for the Red Sox. That's a base hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second. To third. And he's got no chance. He's out. Gotta love the intensity of postseason baseball. Players on both sides at such a high level of emotion. Everything is amplified. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play.
Talk about that intensity, Boo. It comes out of everybody. Think about celebrations by players like Carlos Correa, Jose Bautista, Kirk Gibson. Just iconic moments.
Swing and a ground ball. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Safe at first. No play. We'll see how they score this.
Well, looked like a pretty routine play. Just couldn't get it to stick in the glove as he gets tagged with the error. Should have been 2 outs in the inning, but now they have to work around it and get 2 more.
Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Not in time. He's safe.
When your catcher's not a great thrower, you have to do a better job at controlling the running game. And that's throwing over, that's stepping off, doing whatever you can to try to keep that base stealer's rhythm off. Well, they weren't able to do it right there. They're going to have to make some type of adjustment or players are going to be running all game.
Way inside. Gets away. And on the wild pitch, he goes down to third.
Well, he's got nobody to blame but himself. With one out, a runner on third can come home all sorts of ways now. That's why, as a pitcher, you have to execute pitches even better when there are runners on base.
Just missed.
No, that missed. That's the ball.
That one fouled off, 2-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Here's a 2-2. Oh, and this one gets away. The tag saved.
No,
he scores on a wild pitch.
Runner's got to be happy to be crossing the dish right there. Easy decision to head home when you see the ball get that far away from the catcher.
On a line, base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
Dangerous spot for that slider right there. Didn't seem to quite finish out front and get that sharp break. Tell you what, he doesn't want to throw that pitch again.
The 0-1.
Ball.
One out, the runner at second here in game 1 of the ALDS. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's 4 strikeouts. Game 1 of the division series. So stepping in for Boston, Michael Harris II. Hit in the air, center field. And there's one away. Cobb stepping in now. It's been a tough day at the plate, Siggy.
Yeah, one swing here, and he'll be able to flush out his rocky performance in this one, Boog. It's time to come through.
Base hit, center field. Here's the throw to the plate. It's offline. The run comes in, and they lead by 4.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Manager the dugout, and so out of the pen comes the right-hander, Harlan Susana.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
The Angels trying to break this one open here in the late stages of game 1.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what.
Now quick throw to first. Cobb dives back in safely. And that one gets past the catcher. So on the wild pitch, 2 guys advance.
Got to take advantage of this opportunity now because of the wild pitch. They've got 2 runners in scoring position. Good time for the hitter to lock in, put the ball in play hard somewhere.
Stays alive. Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
That right there is one of those breaking balls that you swing through and you feel like you should have done something with it or at least spoiled it away. But when it's breaking in on you like that, if the spin is tight enough, it can actually tie you up.
The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Traffic on the bases with 2 already in to score here in game 1 of the ALDS.
Ball.
Ball to strike. The pitch.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last two pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Warming Bernabel on deck for the Angels. Next offering is fouled back. 2 outs, 2 in scored position here, the bottom of the 7th. Battling here as he fouls it away. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. They limit the damage here. We look ahead to inning Game 1 of the division series. We go to the 9th. Here's Royce Lewis. This one in the air, center field. And a quick out, number 1. 1 out, man at first. So stepping in for Boston, Brandon Valenzuela. In the air, center field. 2 down.
Pretty early in this series to say a must-win game, but when you've got home field advantage, it's a luxury, but you have to protect it. Huge win in game 1 to set the tone.
Here's another look at the numbers from this shutout victory.
Well, it takes a team effort to produce a shutout. I mean, sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
Anybody out there still give about me? Do you still see what they thought I could be?
Coming to you live from Southern California, MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the Boston Red Sox and the Los Angeles Angels. John Shambi and Chris Singleton with you. A big game 2 in store for us here today, Chris.
Yeah, this might be the game to actually decide the series, Boog. When it's 5 games, getting a 2-0 lead is a dominant position to be in, and I don't see this series getting to a 5th game if we have a repeat of game 1's outcome in this one.
Yeah, the Crows start circling for a team that falls into a 2-game deficit, not where you want to be. First pitch coming at you right after the break. And getting the start for the Angels, David Chen.
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
Hard hit, left field, base hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second. And now runners at the corners, nobody out.
Just so.
Here's the Boston cleanup hitter, Sal Stewart. And that one is lifted in the air. Brings it in. Runner tags from third. Relay throw home. Safe. And they take the lead. 1 down. Szen Cobb, the next to hit for the Angels. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. That's through there for a strike. 0-2 now as he swings through it. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Red Sox already leading. There's the splitter in the dirt. Swing and a miss. Catcher has it. Fires to first. Got him. 2 gone after the strikeout.
First strikeout for him in this one. That splitter is maybe the go-to pitch when he's looking for a swing and miss like that. He throws it quite a bit, and that's a good example of the effect it can have on a hitter.
Cobb stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. Tied up here in the early going. Slapped hard the other way, but foul. Late on that fastball. Check swing, appeal to first. No swing, just held it back there. Rushing, gets his lead at first, nobody out. And that one's a little bit low. And a full count now.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boo.
Got him swinging, it's a strikeout.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the hitter, lowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous 2-strike pitch.
And that'll do it. One left for the Reds. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Line drive, that's a base hit. Coming home. In comes the run from second. To third, not in time. And it's runners at the corners with 1 gone.
Picks himself up an RBI. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
There goes the runner. Pitch in for a strike. Throw off the mark, and he's in there.
They are being real aggressive to put some runs on the board, get 2 runners now in the scoring position. Excellent job of stealing second base and staying out of a potential double play. Now that can kind of backfire and kill your rally, but it worked out nicely. Now a chance to do some damage.
Left field, and that's a foul ball. The Halos trying to break this one open, and we're here in game 2 of the ALDS. Tried to hold up on the 0-2. Now a look down to third. Yes, he did. That's a swing. And next for the Angels, Terrell Guidry. Swings through that high fastball.
Big moment in this game. 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position, and could really break this thing wide open early.
Smash to the left side. Throws to first in time. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. On to the top of the 5th we go. Angels 5. We're in the second game of this division series. So stepping in for Boston, Roman Anthony. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. And the leadoff man aboard. So digging in, Szen Cobb.
Really nice swing in his last at bat. Shot a line drive into center field.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
This one in the dirt. One run across in the frame so far, and we're here in game 2 of the ALDS. The next pitch misses. Ball 2. This one in the air, center field. Campbell has a beat on it. That's out number 2.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Hammered, base hit, and the leadoff man aboard. So up next, Brandon Valenzuela. Out to center. Cobb settles underneath it, and that is that. Number 55 digs in. They're in front, but that lead could shrink quickly.
A little breathing room never hurt Boog. He's got the bat to supply that 0-2.
To third.
Dig.
To first. One pitch and one out. So Singy, as the numbers show, a great performance on the mound in this one.
Absolutely, and that really set the tone from the beginning. A fantastic effort.
10-1 the final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Sound like it's supposed to. I won't break the code. Young we just pray that we get old. My gone. If they was not in the field, I won't put their name in the song. I've been in the zone. Calling my from jail, just praying they pick up the phone. Try to get to come get it.
Festivities wrapping up. The crowd is electric, and we'll be back to get it going right after this. Live from the venerable grounds of Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts, MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the Los Angeles Angels and the Boston Red Sox. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. A lot going on in this series as we get ready for Game 3, Singy.
Well, it's a lot to ask a team to come back from down 2-0, but it's been done before, and I know they're not lacking in confidence, even in this tough situation, but it all starts with getting off to a good start in this one.
And when you're the team that holds the 2-0 edge in a 5-game series, you want to end the series right now.
Absolutely. Avoid any drama or doubt and finish the job.
First pitch coming your way next. And towing the slab in this one, Jack Flaherty. What do we need to know here?
Well, last time out, picked up the win, didn't allow a run, pitched extremely well. He doesn't have to be perfect, but if he can give another performance like last time out, his team will be happy.
Szen Cobb at the plate now. That's ball 1.
Ball 2.
And a swing and a miss.
Well, he came right at him right there, challenged him with the 2-0 fastball. Not sure exactly what he was looking for, but got to imagine that's a confidence booster on the mound. You're in that hitter's head a little bit.
Just missed. And a foul ball. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I'd call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
That is the inning. Scoreless.
Up next in the game, the center fielder, number 55, Szen Cobb.
The drama always heightened in the postseason, and it leads to some really special moments.
Well, one special postseason memory for me, Boog, was facing Pedro Martinez Game 5 of the ALDS in Oakland. And, man, hit a double off the wall. Great feeling for a guy who would eventually go into the Hall of Fame.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Had him out front for strike 3. Brandon Valenzuela up next for the Red Sox. This one in the air, center field. Cobb settles underneath it. And that is that. Red Sox. Cobb, a career batting average over 300, and he was a third-round pick back in 2025. Pop foul out of play off to the right. The 0-2. Struck him out swinging, and that's 4 strikeouts. So 2 down. So stepping in for Boston, Brandon Valenzuela. This one in the air, center field. And that is that. Down in order. So runner at second, 2 down. Roman Anthony now at the plate. So the tying run at second. Out towards right center field. Cobb trying to get to it. Long run, tracks it down. And so 2 down. Sal Stewart up next for the Red Sox. 0-1 down. This one in the air, center field. Cobb coming on. And that's the 3rd out. And the Red Sox. Number 55 starts it off with a lead. Looking to play add-on, not just maintenance singing.
Yeah, partner, when you've got momentum, you ride it.
Swings and misses. It's 0-1.
It's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
Way out front for strike 2. Boston's bullpen with some activity. Harlan Susana, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Morejon also getting ready. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Up with it, fires to first. Gets him. 1 away on a drop, 3rd strike.
Well, obviously that was nowhere near the strike zone by the time it got to the plate, and people at home watching it thinking,
and the Angels are moving on. They're off to the American League Championship Series.
well, a really solid division series win. They can move on to the next round and I think relax a little bit more. Congratulations. Get ready for the ALCS.
Yo sé que no te gustó que yo plantara bandera sin echármelas de fiera. Y te resultó al revés, porque yo planté bandera.
The stage is set for what should be a really good game one as this series gets underway. Introductions wrapping up down on the field, and first pitch just minutes away. Live from Cleveland, this is Progressive Field. It's game one of the American League Championship Series. It's the Los Angeles Angels taking on the Cleveland Guardians. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you, singing this should be fun.
Well, you can feel the energy in the ballpark, and these two teams have fought through so much adversity to get here. When you get here, you forget about individual statistics and you play for the team. When the team is able to do that, they see themselves go to another level, and I'm looking forward to seeing that tonight.
First pitch coming your way next. And our pitcher tonight, Andrew Abbott. What do we need to know here?
Yeah, he battled through 7 innings last time out. He pitched well enough to get the win thanks to that offense. He'll look to turn in another quality start in this one.
Szen Cobb digs in now.
Szen Cobb.
A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone. This one in the air, center field. Cowser drifts towards it, and there's 2 down. Cobb stepping in now, facing a Cy Young candidate is like trying to hit a marble with a wiffle ball bat. Ever tried that, Sengi?
I have, Boog. It helps tremendously with the hand-eye coordination.
And that one fouled off. Traffic on the bases with 2 already in to score here in game 1 of the ALCS.
Yeah, he can move the ball around, add and subtract, get some weak contact at times. So you don't worry as much about him in this situation. Very capable of getting a ground ball and getting out of this little jam.
And that'll do it. Cobb steps in. He's facing the kind of pitcher that makes hitters second guess themselves before they even step in the box.
Yeah, you got to be committed with every swing. The margin for error against a pitcher like this is razor thin.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Traffic on the bases with 1 already in here in game 1 of the ALCS. Swing and a miss. And 1-1.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's got good numbers swinging at pitches in that location.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Line drive. That's a base hit. In to score from third. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. Step off, throw to first. Cobb back in on a dive. Pitch misses, and that's ball 1. That clips the inside corner for a strike. Movement in the pen for the Guardians. Andrew Walters, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Sterner getting cranked up as well. Yes, he did. That's a swing according to Eric Summerskill. The Halos trying to break this one open. Top half of inning number 4. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Throw to first, and they get out of the jam. Well done to finish off the strikeout and end the inning. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors, and a couple left on. We're midway in the 4th. Angels 4, and the Guardians 2. This is the American League Championship Series on the show. Cobb stepping in now. 2-out RBI opportunity here.
A knock could be the gut punch that seals it. Pressure moment.
And a foul ball. Walters. He's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big-time benefit. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
As a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you, expecting to get a swing and miss.
2 on, 2 outs. Ball. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Angels back to the top of the order, and up next for Cleveland, Nolan Gorman. 2 down, nobody on. That one hammered center field. That's back. And brings it in at the wall. Szen Cobb, the next to hit for the Angels. Maybe expecting a bunt here. Third baseman playing in on the edge of the grass.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters. Hit on the ground to the right side. Naylor takes it himself. Now 1 gone in the 9th. So 2 down. David Almanzar digs in for the Guardians. The 1-1. Hammered, base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Cobb had a home run game for them. Had a single and an RBI. Well, you'll never complain about getting a team win, Boo, but I think they expect him to make larger contributions than he did today. Nothing too bad, but nothing great either.
So, Chris, here's a look at the final numbers from what turned out to be a really close ball game.
Yeah, this is one of those games that clearly could have gone either way, and that's kind of exactly what you expect out of postseason baseball. So competitive.
Now from downtown Cleveland and Progressive Field, we've got the American League Championship Series on the show. It's the Los Angeles Angels taking on the Cleveland Guardians. John Shambi and Chris Singleton on the call. A big game 2 in store for us here today, Chris.
Well, winning game 1 on the road was huge, Boog. And they can put a stranglehold on this series with the win here in this one, and that's obviously the goal. You want to go back home up 2-0 with a chance to wrap up the series in your own ballpark for sure.
And if it goes the other way, the series gets to 1-1. It's a total reset as we change venues for the next 3 games. First pitch coming at you right after the break. And on the mound for Cleveland in this one, Woody Milton. What's the word on him?
A really good outing for him last time. Scattered 2 runs, was attacking hitters, getting ahead in the count. Great performance. We'll see if he can do it again in this one.
Cobb steps in, facing one of the top arms in the league. Big moment, big challenge.
You know, Boog, these are the matchups that tell you what a hitter is made of. Let's see what he brings to the table right here. He can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. So runner at second, 2 down. Agustin Ramirez getting ready to hit. Man at second. Now that's smacked to right center. Reaching down, makes the catch. Second game of the ALCS. Bottom half of inning number 2. Yainer Diaz digs in for the Guardians. This one in the air, center field. Cobb settles underneath it, and there's one away.
One wonderful thing about the postseason, you never know who's going to be the hero. It could be the superstar, but often it's a far more unlikely player.
On a line. Reaching down, makes the catch. You know, one unlikely postseason hero I saw up close, Alex Gonzalez of the Marlins in the 2003 World Series. Wasn't really known for his bat, but he hit a walk-off homer in extra innings, lays it on a bounce, and it deflects away. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Relay throw home, safe. And now just a 2-run deficit.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. As a hitter, there's not a whole lot better of a feeling than a double into the gap. Right off the bat, you know you put a great swing on the baseball.
At the plate, Eloy Marcelo grounded out his first time up. Now a step off, and he's caught between the bases. Marcelo launched a homer in his most recent game. Runner goes again. Pitch misses.
Get out.
Throw to third. Save.
Well, maybe he thought he should have gone for a triple instead of a double and just decided, I'm going to take third this way. Definitely using his legs to his advantage right here.
That one's in there. That's strike 1. That's a strike. Pitch misses there. Ball 2.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move.
Base hit into the outfield. Aim to score from third. It's an RBI single, and now they trail by 1.
Well, back within 1 as he brings home the run. When you can turn a ball around at 107 off the bat, it's going to make you feel really good inside. If he elevates that a little bit more, it's definitely out of here.
Back here in Cleveland, stepping up for the Guardians, Josh Naylor. This one in the air, center field. Cobb moving under it, and there's 1 down. So 2 down. David Almanzar digs in for the Guardians. Line drive, base hit. And the tying run is on base.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. High fly ball, right field. And he makes the catch. That's out number 2. Now here's Nolan Jones. 2-2. This one in the air, center field. Cobb gets under it. 2 away. 1 down. Szen Cobb, the next to hit for the Angels. Close but called a ball. And that's ball 1.
Well, now that this is a bullpen game, it's clear that whichever bullpen steps up the most is likely going to come away with the W.
The 1-1.
Oh, that's low.
And there's a ball. Late on that fastball. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Cobb wants to challenge this. Thought it was a ball.
Boom, he was shopping at the buckle right there, the way that slider made him look. That was just nasty.
And that one was indeed a strike. 1 challenge remaining for them now. 2 outs. Bases full. Cobb will hit next. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Well, an at-bat can be a little bit of a dance. Strike 1 here, but a few more pitches. We'll see how it turns out.
Comes up empty. The Halos trying to break this one open here in Game 2 of the American League Championship Series. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Second game of the ALCS. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. Agustin Ramirez digs in for the Guardians. This one in the air, center field. And there's 1 down. Here's Josh Naylor. Two down, nobody on. Up the middle, and a base hit right there. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
You'll often hear the phrase,
Cobb with an okay game in the win. Had 1 hit against 3 strikeouts in this one.
oh, Boog, not great, not terrible, just kind of an average game. Still, always good to get a team win.
buzzing in here ahead of Game 3. And we'll be back in a minute to get it started. Live from Gene Autry Way, welcome to Angels Stadium. We've got the American League Championship Series on the show. It's the Cleveland Guardians and the Los Angeles Angels. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. A lot going on in this series as we get ready for Game 3, Siggy.
And boom, this is as close to an elimination game as you can get without it actually being one. Going down 3-0 would more or less just end this thing. So this game's going to tell us whether we're going to have a real series in store for us or if we're just going to be packing our bags and going home.
A lot of people feel these teams are more evenly matched. The first two games would indicate. So we'll see if we get a bounce-back performance in this one. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Today's starting pitcher, Yuri Perez. What do you look for here?
Yeah, got the W last time out. 6 innings, a quality start. Hey, if a guy will give you that, you'll take it every single time.
One down. Now it's the veteran outfielder, Szen Cobb. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. Sanchez. He has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. They get him, but it was pretty close. Now here's Nolan Jones. Out towards right center field. Cobb should have this one. 2 down. The strategy around starting pitchers in the postseason, it's really changed in recent years. Managers are pulling starters earlier, making a strong bullpen essential for a championship team.
Yeah, I think with starting pitchers, they're not going as deep in the postseason because managers aren't willing to let them get knocked around and put a game out of reach. Most skippers have a quicker hook this time of the year.
Gets to it on to first. Out on the drop, third strike, 2 gone.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Out of here. A towering shot to center here in Game 3 of the American League Championship Series. So in now for the Angels, Szen Cobb. Cobb in his 8th season, a career batting average over 300, and he was a 3rd-round pick back in 2025.
You know, these Angels just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
He puts it in his pocket, safe at first without a play. Runner takes off. Ball outside. And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
Well, in the postseason, I'd say we see more teams playing for one run, trying to apply some pressure, and that's exactly the case right here. Speed on the bases.
Runner goes again. Pitching for a strike. Runner third. He's safe.
Wow, that's a pretty elite throwing arm right there from the catcher spot. Pretty daring for him to try to steal third right there, but he gets the bag. Maybe the element of surprise was what came in because he's not used to guys running on him, and right there, stealing third base, probably caught him off guard a little bit.
Good job to fight that one off. And now 2-2.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all.
Now a step off to third.
It's frustrating for these guys because they know they're not missing by much, but it's going to take an adjustment to see some changes.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
There's a guy right there that really trusts his hands. I mean, you have to wait a little bit longer with the breaking ball. He did that, and he still had the power to drive it the other way. Just couldn't keep it fair.
And ball 4 to a board.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
On the ground, could be 2. To second, Abrams. Safe at first. They won't get them both, and the runner comes in from third. Cobb digs in. 2 quick outs, but this lineup's too good to just go quietly.
Yeah, you never want to give away the last out of an inning, Boog. Let's see if he can start a momentum swing right here.
2 down, nobody on. Misses inside, and now it's even 1-1.
Well, with both starters out of the game, this quickly becomes a bullpen game, and this is something we see more and more in the game today, especially in the postseason.
Foul ball. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
This team has been truly dominant in the series. Up now 3 games to none. Pretty demoralizing on the other side. You want to get this thing over as quickly as possible. So stay focused, come back for the next game, and close out this series.
Here's one final look at the line score from this one, Chris.
It was a close 2-run game, and a couple of key moments just really made the difference. Not much separates these two teams.
And this one ends with a final score of 6-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
It's still in San Diego. You can hear a baby cry as the trains in New York City.
Now from Angel Stadium in Anaheim, we've got the American League Championship Series on the show. It's the Cleveland Guardians and the Los Angeles Angels. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Plenty of storylines taking shape in this series as we set the stage for Game 4, Chris.
Well, the number one thing to discuss is just how lopsided this series has been. You know, you get to this point of the season, Boog, and you expect both teams to be on pretty even ground, but it's not played out that way at all. And when a team takes care of business with such dominance and gets out to a 3-0 lead, I just can't see this series lasting much longer.
Yeah, that's usually the way it goes, but hey, coming back to win the series has been done before. First pitch coming at you right after the break. And on the mound in this one, Caden Dana. What do you got on him, Chris?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
Nolan Jones will hit next. Just starting things out here in Anaheim. This one in the air, center field. Cobb settles underneath it, and there's one away. One down, and next for LA, Szen Cobb. He's one of the faster guys just by pure sprint speed in the majors. Up the middle. On the run, sends it over to first. Nicely done for the out.
Batting third, the left fielder.
Fourth game of the ALCS. Stepping up for the Guardians, Agustin Ramirez. And that one in the air, center field. One up, one down.
Almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch. Man, he's going to want that one back, no doubt.
And there's a foul ball. Line drive, base hit, right center field. Walker around second, on his way to third. And now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through.
Runner on the go. Pitch inside. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Well, in the postseason, I'd say we see more teams playing for one run, trying to apply some pressure, and that's exactly the case right here. Speed on the bases, put him in motion, and it worked out. Now time to execute in the batter's box.
Gorman throws on to first. They limit the damage. 1 out. The possible tying and go-ahead runs on base.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
And the 1-0. Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in or on. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
Ball 4, and a run comes in to score. This is again 5 in a row. Activity in the Guardians bullpen. Andrew Walters, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Sterner also throwing.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
2-0 to count. Here it comes.
Good pitchers make pitches in big situations, and right here with a middle-of-the-order hitter up, runner in scoring position, he's got to find a way to throw a quality strike.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Right through there for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Quick move to first. Cobb dives back in safely. Ball 4, and a run comes in to score.
Well, all tied up again, and that's a pretty rough way to give up a lead. It's just kind of a gut punch for the entire team.
The Guardians going with a new pitcher, Andrew Walters.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
That misses. Ball 1. Next pitch way upstairs. To the right side, and it goes just foul.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Next offer in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball to the right side. And foul ball.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
2-2 now. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Traffic on the bases with 2 already in to score here in Game 4 of the ALCS. Struck him out looking. Huge strikeout there.
Well, that was such a great opportunity to grab the lead. You had the infield back. All you've got to do is just put the ball in play on the ground, and you drive across a run. It's a frustrating outcome for the hitter. Now, still have a chance, but it's probably going to take a clutch hit with 2 outs.
The 1-0. And fouled off. Fastball is outside.
Ball.
A little bit high.
That's
3-1. Marcelo Meyer in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
That two-seamer's heat-seeking for right-handed batters. Just runs in on those hands.
Got him looking. That ends the inning. 1 down. David Almanzar digs in for the Guardians. Out towards right center field, and he dropped it. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in. The tag out.
Gotta love the hustle and the attitude there to try to stretch that single into a double, but unfortunately thrown out at second base. He was so close to being in scoring position.
Go ahead, run. On base, Agustin Ramirez digs in for the Guardians. 2 on, 2 outs. Base hit into center field. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they've taken the lead here in Game 4. Now here is Szen Cobb. Bottom of the zone and a called strike. The Halos with the tying run at the plate late here in Game 4. Tapped on the ground softly to short. Abrams fires over to first, and that's an out. 4th game of the ALCS. We're at the top of the 8th. David Almanzar digs in for the Guardians. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Cobb coming in on it, and there's 1 down. Here's Josh Naylor. Cleveland up a run, looking for more. In the air, out towards right center. Cobb under this one. And that's the 3rd out. Guardians. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th.
Number 55. Szen Cobb.
This one in the air, center field. Cowser on the move. Out. Number 2. So, Chris, here's a look at the final numbers from what turned out to be a really close ball game.
Yeah, this is one of those games that clearly could have gone either way, and that's kind of exactly what you expect out of postseason baseball. So competitive.
Keep your cool, won't be no fire. I'm fresh like water, no daughter. Might tell a joke, but I ain't gonna lie. On my lap like evil genius, jump out the jeans, it's demon time. I'ma get it laid back like even Steven. Don't need a reason to be on down. Stand on BUSINESS. Yes, I'm blessed like him. In the gym, don't miss. I switch on. I'm not like them. Let me stay pace. Sprint out the race, no chase. I pace. Just came out the gate and he still gon' hate. Say fake till you make me fake. How you know what it take? You ain't been out of space.
Now from Angel Stadium in Anaheim, we've got the American League Championship Series on the show. It's the Cleveland Guardians and the Los Angeles Angels. And getting to start for the Angels, Foster McCloud. What do we have on him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Breaking ball, and that got him. So in now for the Angels, Dalton rushing. Step off throw to first, and he's back in on a dive.
Yeah, Boog, if you're that base runner at second base, you want to be quiet out there. Not bouncing around, not distracting your teammate, the hitter. Make sure that he can clearly focus on that pitcher and that release point.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Reaching for it and brings it in. Runner tags at second.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really fun to make.
The designated hitter,
Runner takes off, pitches low. And that's a stolen base, not even close.
Well, in the postseason, I'd say we see more teams playing for one run, trying to apply some pressure, and that's exactly the case right here. Speed on the bases, put him in motion, and it worked out. Now time to execute in the batter's box.
Two on, one out. In the dirt, kicks away from the catcher. Runners stay put, and the count moves to 2-1. Two one now. Pitch gets away. No advance from the runners. 3-1 now. On the outside corner, that's strike two.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Huge strikeout there. And next for LA, Warming Bernabel. Fouls away the first offering. Two on, two outs. Oh. Strike two, and there's a real chance they get out of this without allowing a run. On the ground to third. Gorman.
Get down.
Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. Cobb stepping in now. When the hardware says best pitcher in the game, you better come to the plate locked in, Chris.
Yeah, and if you're not, Boog, he'll carve you up like a pumpkin in October.
Runner on the go. Ball outside. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
You know what? I like the aggressiveness right there. It looks like it's going to be tough to score in this one. Really good pitching so far. So why not try to put some pressure on him and see if you can steal the bag, get in the scoring position.
Man at second. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Strike two. The Halos with a chance to score first here in Game 5 of the ALCS. Runner on the go again. Out to short. Abrams fires to first on the run, but it's not in time. Base hit.
Definitely a tough play, but he seems to have had a little trouble getting rid of it, and that made all the difference. With the speed running up the line, you got to be perfect.
Runner on the go. Throw to second, out of bounds, safe.
They're being real aggressive to put some runs on the board, get two runners now in the scoring position. Excellent job of stealing second base and staying out of a potential double play. Now that can kind of back.
Oh, that ball finds its way to the outfield. A base hit. The second run scores. It's a two-run single, and they lead by two.
Gets him on the board first, coming through with 2 RBIs on that swing. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
So 2 down, stepping up for the Guardians, C.J. Abrams. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Swing and a ground ball out to short. To first. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the fifth. So 2 down. Szen Cobb, the next to hit for the Angels. Swing and a ground ball into the outfield. Base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. Now a quick throw to first. Cobb back on a dive. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Strike in there. Throw to second and great jump.
Clearly not content with the lead they're working with right now, and I like that. I don't think you can get comfortable with a 5-run lead in today's game, and now they've got a good chance of adding on.
Activity in the bullpen. Justin Sterner getting loose out there. Out towards right center field. That's a base hit. They extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's an RBI single. It's 6-0. 1 down. Nolan Jones digs in for the Guardians. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. That's got a chance. Onto the warning track. And he hauls it in. It's all over. The Angels are champions of the American League. They're headed to the World Series.
Congratulations to the American League champions. These players have worked hard all season long, and their hard work has paid off. Now, off to the World Series. This team can't wait to get it started.
For my partner Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew, thank you for watching the American League Championship Series on MLB The Show.
when the lights go